Welcome back to the podcast today, everyone. It is such a pleasure to have you here, and I am so excited for the inaugural formal session. Many thanks to you for letting her sweet dogs be the sort of the bridge to getting to the point where we are going to start doing live mini sessions on the podcast. So today I have Erin with me. I am going to conduct these sessions as I would any other session. And I just want to thank you, Erin, for bringing yourself forward and anyone else who feels called to do one of these sessions because I know there's a feeling of vulnerability, there's a feeling of nerves. And
Mhm.
I also know that you're here for a greater purpose. And the information that is shared today is going to help a lot of people in a variety of different ways. So, thank you. All right. So let's see here. If you haven't been in a session with me before, which by the way, Erin hasn't, her and I haven't met before, we've just exchanged a couple of emails. And the way that I set up sessions, I actually, I feel the nudge. I align with my light. I do maybe a mini meditation of some sort. And then I actually intuitively pick the dates that the sessions are meant to do. I align with the right type of soul who wants to do this work. Um, it wasn't too long ago, it was like a year ago, when I was on TikTok and my uh, rates were lower, people would show up and they'd lean back and they'd just be like, okay, tell me my future. And I was like, oopsies. I need to realign my energy. And I really want individuals who are intentional about having a big impact in a short amount of time, because that's what these sessions are. So, for every session, I am holding space for the highest good of all involved. And what happens is I am connected to source energy who's giving me energetic support. And then that allows me to hold space for you. We're co creating on this gorgeous earth plane. And you are receiving whatever it is you need from source. Obviously, you can do this yourself, but there's power in many, right? So, the other thing that's going to come through is your guides are going to show me anything your guides bring up to me that's vocalized here is going to be something that you get to clear or you get to know the next step on. So in my sessions, it's not like your guides roll in and they're like, dude, girl, your throat chakra. And then they just peace out and you have no tools and no idea what you were supposed to be working on or anything. It doesn't work like that. And all of you is welcome here. And I mean that genuinely. So don't be afraid to ask questions. These are your spirit guides and spirit team. I mean, no one cares more about you than they do. And well, that's not entirely true, but you get the gist of that. And they are not here to punish you. They're here to help you see blind spots, give you encouragement. And also, when you've really been working through something, we get rewarded for that. And the rewards come in ways of sometimes we get answers, sometimes we get action steps, we get a lot of validation. Okay, yes, I've been thinking that, I'm not crazy, that kind of a thing. All right, all that being said, I did want to share as we open up, Erin, that the very, very first thing that your guides have been working on this whole time while I've been jabbering away has been your root chakra. And let's see, a lot of the front part of your root chakra too. This is a little bit literal. This is probably something that's a little bit more physical in your body than anything else. And of course, no irony, but they are working on your throat chakra a little bit. Okay, so welcome. It is so wonderful to have you here. And let's see here. I am I'm just looking at the energies and I'm just processing and downloading the information that they're giving me. And yeah, oh, cool. They're also giving me one of your symbols in life, we could call it, which would be wings, just one of the many symbols it is that you may or may not be familiar with. So that's a fun one to
I'm
share.
not. That's new to me.
I love that. When they shared the wings aspect, how did that feel to you?
Um, Freeing, maybe like freedom or excitement, you know. A lot of this is so very new to me, and I'm not in a community. I'm not rubbing shoulders with people where I can communicate with people in this level. So, this is just so exciting. But
Yeah. You can communicate all the things here. Believe me, none of it's too weird. Wait till you hear some of the stories myself coming up. I don't want anyone to feel weird after I share some of mine. All of you is welcome here. All right. So let's just take a little bit of a mental note of that, the sharing of the wings and the feelings you felt when you heard that, right? It's like a little
Mhm.
permission slip. Yeah.
Yes, I've always been someone who loves excitement and adventures, and so that kind of brought that kind of a feeling out of me naturally.
That's so cool. That's so cool. All right. We're really working a lot on the front part of your chakras right now, which tells me it's how you show up in this world and how you're showing up in this world. And your guys are so cute. There's some things you want to tweak that want to be adjusted, and they want to really point out that small, like, let's see here, they say for you, you could simply change one word in your thought process. You could have a whole sentence, a whole thought, and you could change one word, and it would have that much of an impact on the direction that you are putting yourself in.
Hmm.
Okay, so now that we've opened up that stage, what would you like to cover today?
Wow. I've the first thing that comes to mind is just I've always felt a strong calling, and I've always wanted to know what is that? What is that purpose? And I'm sure everyone comes and says, "What's my purpose?" But I feel like
Mhm.
I've always felt like there was we're my husband and I deal with we're big movers and changers, and big into ministry and helping people, and we've always kind of done big things. But
Mhm.
I feel like I'm in a new place in life
Mhm.
now. Um, so that's just one of the things. And then the other thing is how to deal, I'm in a church that I love. I absolutely love my church and my people.
Yeah.
And and this is a new awareness to me just within maybe a year. So
Mhm.
I as I'm learning, I look I look around at my community and I'm like, wow, you guys are powerful, and they don't even, they don't understand what I'm saying or
100%.
mean,
Mhm.
but I see them as powerful people in a new way now. And it's
Yeah.
exciting to me. And I love them all the more for it. And but there's that, how do I've found that I've can heal people.
Mhm.
I have this ability to heal.
Mhm.
That's so exciting and new, and I haven't I'm sure I haven't explored it nearly how much I will in the future.
Yeah. It's meant to be that way.
But how, you know, if I just go lay hands on someone that I feel like I might, if I just talked about these things to people, boy, that would be scary to them.
Mhm.
How do I go about using these powerful energies
Mhm.
that have become so alive in me in the last year? I tell my husband's a little bit in on it. I tell him little things. Hopefully he doesn't think I'm too crazy, but I just feel like an antenna, you know, and it's so different. Um, how do I use that within this community that would definitely not accept it at this point,
Mhm.
though I see them using this
Of course.
without realizing it, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of coming from.
Well, that's just freaking amazing. That's amazing. I know it can feel intimidating when you think of the how or what is the bigger purpose behind this, or you see, let's call it like the obstacle of getting people from where they're at to where you know they could be. And instead, let's kind of take a step back and look at the fact that you are here,
Yeah,
here now.
it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. And everything, your guides are just like, they kind of got their arms big and wide and they're like, look at this. It's like, wait, look, she's at, we're at, you know, they 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 really want you to take some time to just be with you or be with your husband and just celebrate the fact that, and they're giving me huge chills as I say this, but just wow, wow. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And you're in this structure, this container, as they're calling it. Oh my gosh. That they say gets to provide people with a way to safely and easily see themselves. So, what your guides are taking me to is there, it's like uh, a light beam. Saying gold doesn't even give it enough justice. This, like a golden circle, right? So, and in on the circle there's many points, and it's this energy that moves through you, moves through me, moves through your partner, moves through source god energy. It, moves through the people in this community that you love. This energy moves through everyone. And so, what your guides are saying is focus on that, focus on the feeling, focus on the energy that they're sensing into. And it's the good energy that they're sensing into. They say right now, a lot of people are in their heads, and they say, show them in your way how they can be, we would probably say in your body, but that sounds more cumbersome. It's like being in your, oh gosh, what's the word they're using here? Essence.
Maybe in your heart, in your spirit.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. They say that's how you show people the way. Trusting themselves.
Well, the
Oh, go ahead.
funny thing is the the I've always been really I don't know how to describe it. I've not been a very big emotional person, but one of the things that this has done to me is just exploded my heart, you
Aw.
know, and all the emotions are a lot to deal with
Yeah.
because I've been so closed off and tight, just as a natural, just I was born that way, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Let
and
it
it's
out.
exciting. It's really, really exciting, and it's amazing the emotions I experience. And I don't, I don't want anything different. But I see what you're saying in that, and I tend to say things a lot differently than I used to because it's completely changing me, you know, in that way. But I think I understand what you're saying.
You're well, and also you can ask any questions throughout your session, anything, right? I mean, this isn't, we don't want to put our spirit guides on a pedestal. They're on our team, they're on our community. So this is a back.
Hmm.
So if something isn't completely clear, ask, say, oh, I need more clarity on that or something. No big deal.
Okay.
So they say, when your guides are saying what you do so exquisitely, and part of the reason, you're feeling your emotions, you also have this, they say, a keen ability doesn't even seem like the right word because it's so integrated in you. They say everything you're feeling is this discovery. Everything that you've been learning about yourself energetically, it's all about the discovery. They say you're discovering. And they say you're completely on point. They want you to know that how you've been learning, how you've been guiding yourself, maybe your husband's been supporting you with that guidance, all of that. They say keep following that. You're doing it just right. Nothing needs to change unless you feel a shift, right? So they say your ability is one of your keenest abilities is that when you are in a group setting, you have this sense that it's almost like you can sense and hold space for a group, even a group within a group. They're showing me, say, for example, you're in, is it called a parish, or what would you call it?
A church.
A
It's a
church.
it's
Okay.
a Bible church, yeah.
Okay. So when you're in this church with everyone, it's almost as if you can see and perceive subset groups of energy. And this is very, very, your guides are almost leading you to this. They're pointing it out to you. They just want you to notice as you sit there or stand there or whatever it is you do, how you participate. They want you to just be the observer. You know, you're in your light. You are, let's see, okay. They say you can fine tune your intentions a bit. They want your intentions to be bigger and bolder and clearer. And they say, and your intentions need to be balanced. So sometimes there's this sense of, okay, I have this ability, I have this purpose. So now I just need to give, 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 give. And they say we need a balance. Yes, they say, but you want to give for the highest and best of all involved. So think about that. They say as you're in this observation mode and as you're perceiving these energies, what's actually happening is these other souls, these other energies are their higher selves are creating with you. They're not calling it creating, working with you.
The other higher selves.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So, what are some examples of um, what did you say? In intentions that I need to have that I don't?
Sure. Yeah. And and you, let's be clear, you're doing, they said you're doing so amazing,
Well,
right?
I'm a baby, so
We all to some degree, don't worry. It's like the more you know, the more you realize you don't know in this business. Ha ha ha. Okay. So when you they say feel into your heart, they say when the moment feels right, feel into your heart. And they say what comes to you, what feels good to experience. So what I'm seeing is that you feel very activated in this powerful energy in a variety of different ways. It's not as if it just happens to you at one time. Is that accurate?
well, yeah, I find it um, I feel like if I meditate, it just comes. It could come anytime.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah. And meditation is just presence at the end of the day. You know, we think
right.
meditation, yeah, but it's just presence. So they're saying, so say you are at an activity, right? It could be any activity with this community. And they say, and you bring yourself to this presence, what comes forward? Truly, what comes forward? And then your intention and your clarity is, your intention can simply be love. It could simply be heart space. It could simply be, God, show me the way, show me my way.
Could it be
That's what I
to
do.
could it be to show them the way or bring healing
Yeah,
to their hearts?
that's such a great question. I really appreciate the fact that you asked that question. So, this is what the guides were talking about with intention. So, we know intention gives energy direction. And say say I see a seagull over there, and I decide, me, that that seagull who's flying around minding its business needs healing because why wouldn't it? It's a dang seagull. And I say love, or excuse me, I say healing to that seagull. Okay. What if, what if instead of healing, I go to my light, I connect with source energy, and I think of that seagull and its light, and I set the intention for love and light to be sent to it. And love and healing light is totally fine too. So we want to align ourselves with source. That's where source has the most, or God, the most direct activation with us. It is when we make ourselves such a clear, intentional vessel. That means you're going to receive exactly what you need. And the people who need, some people may need healing, but what if some people need expansion? What if some people need to see the blue energy around their left wrist? What if some people need to feel in a way that they've never felt before? What if? So that can kind of be your intention is to lean back into your heart space or your light or whatever, set the intention for your clear connection to your source. And what if?
Okay.
How does that sound, or does that bring up other questions?
No, I think I need to practice that more, and that gives me direction. And um, my hope is that they will guide me into understanding the options or the need of the moment. Um,
They will. You will feel this gentle inclination. It'll just be ever so slight. You will sense energy moving somewhere. You will sense the need to put your hand on that person's left shoulder. You will sense the need to say certain words to a specific person. It's different every time. And
it's
that's
funny because I've done that before, um, even before I was aware or felt the energy, actually physically, Um, that's exciting. I,
that's
I,
really cool.
I want to do that.
That's awesome. Yeah, your energy is brightening even more as it activates within this. It, it's a permission for a new way to be.
Yeah,
And isn't it funny how it feels a little bit easier too?
yeah, that's
Isn't that weird?
nice. Yeah, and it's this whole time, you know, um, it's also exciting, and I want to learn everything now, but I have this sense the whole time with that same emotion at the same time of my footsteps have all been led every day to exactly what I needed to do. And so then I try to calm myself down and remind myself of that. And so I'm sure that that will continue to happen.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Really. And also, let's admire the fact that you are so excited about this, that this feels so good. And your guides are showing me too, you are getting positive responses from people, even if they might be pretty darn subtle.
I believe that because, I mean, it was funny. The first time I started to feel the energy, it was not just by myself, but it was through trees, right? Aren't they amazing?
I
And I
absolutely
would go stand
just so
by this one tree in my yard that's just amazing. And my husband would come home and he'd be like, "What are you doing, honey?" I'd be like, "I just need to stand by this tree
yeah.
and feel this energy." I'd be like, "Come here, touch this tree. Do you feel it?" He'd be like, "No." But he has been very I don't tell him everything, but he has
Mhm.
been I can't help but tell him some things. And then I'll tell myself, "Aaron, be quiet. He doesn't understand any of this." But
Well, yeah, there's for a reason. There's no mistake in your partnership.
he would be more powerful than me, I believe. Um, he is
Why is
more
that?
powerful.
Why?
I think he's got just he he is a very powerful person anyways. He is a very extremely sensitive, where I
Hmm.
I never was very sensitive. I was the type A. adventurous person. But and he's got such amazing ideas, and my role has always been just to help him, and it's been a fabulous journey because
Mhm.
he's got such amazing ideas and he helps people in such amazing ways. Um, so,
What is what is power to you?
what is power to me? Well, I guess it's source,
Mm.
right? Working
Oh,
through us.
yeah, I don't know that there is a right answer. I think there's a few answers. So I'm genuinely asking, what's
And
power to you?
source and your ability to harness and do good, the good that you're meant to do, that you're here to do,
Hmm.
and your ability to harness and control your awareness and your intentions. And it's all about that inner world. And that's all so new to me. And
Yeah,
I, I'm, I need to grow in that.
new
Um,
in this lifetime. We all are growing in it. Believe me, even me. Are you kidding me?
I
I
know.
mean, everybody always is forever and ever. Amen.
Yes. No, that's very true. And you're right. And I will always be perfecting and growing and learning new things and given new tools and new ideas. And
Yeah, and enjoy the journey.
yes.
Your guides, your guides are asking the question. Remember in the beginning how they took that time to really celebrate you? And we, what if you took a moment to reflect and see where you are powerful now? How are you powerful now?
Um, I know that I have healed people
Hmm.
multiple times. I've healed myself. Um,
We can't heal until we heal ourselves.
we can't heal others till we heal ourselves.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
like a physical
Hmm.
things. I felt like healing myself was difficult. Like it took a lot more effort and a lot more time, and it's not done. Is that
That's how it
common?
works. That is so common. That's what makes the ability to support other people. When we come together for healing each other, it's two souls showing up and one saying I'm ready and the other one saying I've been there. And to some degree, sometimes it's not even this lifetime.
Hmm.
So, and healing yourself is cumbersome and takes time. I sometimes things will happen to me. I'll learn how to heal an aspect of myself, and all of a sudden it shows up almost the next day, needing support with that thing. And I'm like, geez, spirit, really? Already? Give me some time to
Yeah.
process. Apparently, but we're ready. So it happens much quicker on the other side like that. So getting back to your power.
But I don't think I know all, like I feel the power. I feel the energy. It is big.
Yay.
Um, but I don't know. I don't have the experiential knowledge of what all what I can do with that power. You know, I do sense that my presence affects people, and I long for that. I want to be helpful, you know.
Hmm. Sure. Yeah, it feels good to be able to have a purpose. I mean, this is the purpose that you mentioned in the beginning you seek, right? We want to be able to have an impact in this world in a way beyond, the gizmos that we buy,
Yeah,
which are fun. And
yeah.
sometimes we reach fulfillment by creating amazing gizmos. So, so let's take a moment. If you lean back into your energy and just feel into your energy right now. And just, yeah, just kind of take a breath, relax a bit, and just let that energy flow through you. And to yourself, to your inner light, whatever you call it, ask yourself, is this energy always there? And what's the response you get?
Maybe when I allow it to be, is that a good response?
Whatever your response is a good response.
I have a sense that the answer is yes, it's always there. It can always be there, and it is always there, even if I don't sense it, is probably the
Yeah,
accuracy of it.
you're absolutely right. I know when we try to put words into energy, it's sort of like so if the energy is always there and the energy has always been there, you're simply on this journey. That makes you powerful no matter what stage you're at,
I guess I equate power with how I feel, but that's not necessarily true.
right? And that's so normal. And also you and I are thinking of too like American power, how do we command a stage and how do we, serve X amount of people? I mean, simply being in your light is giving back to the world, to the community.
Okay. Okay.
And that is powerful. And every element, power and worth can also be intertwined. And I look at, for example, my accountant, thank God for her, because I look at how much she has helped me set up the structure in the back end so that my business can execute my what I'm feeling or my goals or whatever. Does that make her less of a powerful person than, say, someone who works on the front line with people?
No, everyone has different gifts and needs, and like there's different parts of the body, like the Bible says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all moving parts have a huge purpose,
Hmm.
and being a purpose in our part is our power too.
Okay.
So, I mean, how amazing you get to support your husband in helping so many people.
Yes.
And there's power. I mean, this is why we come together in community is to help each other.
Hmm.
And your part is I'm asking the guys if I can say it, and they're like, heck yeah, equally as powerful. It just looks different. It looks different. And now you too are going to be cultivating, they're saying, a softer side of all of this. They say it's more of an explorative side. And I know you've mentioned, your what's your how. So let's get into your how. So when you breathe into your light and you lean into your light and you let that source energy run through you right now. Okay, hang on. Your guides are giving me really specific instructions here. So just sort of let energy run through you at this moment and ask your energy, show me the way. What's right for me next? And then notice what comes to you.
I mean, I have a sensation, but I don't know how to interpret it.
That's, hey, that's okay. That's why we're here. How can you best describe the sensation?
It's so weird. It's hard to do that. It's
I
just
know.
right here, right in
Mm-hmm.
front of me, and it's strong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know it. I don't have words or
Yeah,
they're
that's
probably trying
okay.
to hit me over the head with a hammer, right?
I promise they're not. I promise they're We only do that in case of emergencies or, sometimes in frivolous ways. But so think too about how you just took a moment for yourself, you asked the question, and then you felt something. Our intuition is that feeling or that sensing, it's that knowing. We
Yeah.
know something, our mind starts to deduce it. We see things with our imagination or sometimes in literal, and then we hear. That's our energy and our intuition all in one.
Mhm.
So that's why when these things come through in a sensory way, we're like, what is this? But we know it feels good, it feels right, it makes us curious, it leans us into more.
Mhm.
So, one of the things your guides are saying is practice. Just practice. Practice. Be in your light. Be intentional that when you speak for the highest good of all involved.
Mm.
And the same for when you act.
Okay.
And they say you have to trust. They say there is no process for this because the way people come together, energy is constantly in motion. So the way people come together, how are you and I to deduce what a group of people needs at a group or individual level? But we leave it up to source energy. And then the other piece of all of this is continuing to take care of you, being in meditation or prayer, whatever feels good for you. The amount you're able to support other people is the amount you're able to care for yourself.
Right.
So we all know if we're run down, we can only give so much. And it goes to for our spiritual or energetic cup. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
that's something I've worked on a lot in the last several years. Um,
How did you come to this, let's call it an opening or an expansion in the last year or so that you'd mentioned?
um, I find it very unusual for someone like me, first of all.
Mm.
But I I almost wonder if, I mean, for the last year, I had been taking this mushroom supplement with chaga and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of other mushrooms in it daily, and it was really helping me with my mental clarity and different things,
Which
energy.
supplement is it?
Sacred Seven.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I love it. I almost wonder if that didn't awaken something. I just one day started feeling, let me see, I wrote some things down so I wouldn't forget anything. I just
Sure.
I just little by little, like I'd be at the store and I'd walk by someone and I'd almost be bounced away from them, you know, like, oof,
Mhm.
that didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And then I'd find my self talking to my kids about how, as we're walking through the store, I can sense that that woman has some negative energy. So remember that, kids, people can feel the energy around you, and as you walk by, and
Yeah.
just because I'm always teaching my kids, and I find myself saying funny things like that to them, and I'd be like, "That's strange, Erin, that this is not normal." And then I found myself, oh, I watched a
Yeah.
video that alerted me to trees, and I was like, "Let me go try that." And sure enough, it was like, "Wow, that's neat." But then pretty soon, 2 weeks later, I didn't need the trees anymore because I felt like the source was just running right through me if I just, meditated a little and did some breathing exercises and things. And then I just focused, and I was pretty focused on growing it because it was so interesting to me. And I felt powerful, and I love that feeling.
Yeah.
Um, so just the idea of feeling powerful is exciting to me. And so I've just been trying to learn everything I could, and I found that I started trying to heal my eczema on my hands. I had for years now. I've tried not to touch water because my skin breaks, and all winter long, then my hands would be just in pain. And I had zero pain this winter and zero cracked skin for the first time in many, many years because I did an energy healings on my hands, and it's still a little bit there. Like, it's still just a little bit there.
That gentle reminder.
But it's not painful at all, and not, it's I'd say it's 90% healed. Um,
That's amazing.
it's
Maybe it's
amazing.
pushing you further.
Yeah, I need to spend more time on that. See, once things don't hurt anymore, you're kind of like, on to new things.
Yeah, of course. I know it's so funny how we have to sometimes meet adversity in order to learn what we're capable of.
Yes. And
Incredible.
then I did some intense work on my friend Jenny who was dying and she passed.
Mm,
And and then I think I gave her a good another good day, good night's sleep, which was encouraging.
that's what a gift.
Yeah. Um, Three times I healed my husband. He has a lot of physical ailments, so in three different ways. And then my daughter's in college, her acne that she struggled with for many years, 5 or 6 years now.
Mm,
Last I did some energy work from long distance on her, and she came home and it was gone. I was like, I prayed for you, and she was like, wow. Yeah.
I love it. It just this is the power you see in others is what you see in yourself.
What does that mean?
So remember in the beginning, I think it was in the beginning, you mentioned you're in this community and you see how powerful they are and they don't see it in themselves.
They don't recognize it as being powerful,
Right.
but they are.
Right. And then as you shared all of those incredible moments of times you've helped yourself and helped people you cared about, which I believe is all of our purposes here is to bring our light and our energy work into all aspects of our lives, no matter what it is we do.
Hmm.
That's incredibly powerful what you've done,
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think.
it blows my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And now your guides are like, now you get to explore it. They say, you want to know next steps? Explore. Have fun with it. Take time with it. Explore. They go, what else do you want? They're bringing up your hair for some reason. I think you have lovely hair. I don't know why they're bringing up hair, but they go, have fun with it too.
Hmm.
So, I don't know if you've thought about doing something different with your hair, like trying a different style one night or something. I have no idea, but just
No,
use.
but I'm very conscious of beauty things, and I have this skin scarring and things I always think about. So I almost feel like that would be impossible to heal.
Mm, mm. You're gonna have to follow up with us and let me know how that goes as you work on that part.
Yeah, yeah. So
You are on the right track.
well, that's good
I
to
can
hear.
say that your guides are saying that, your spirit team's saying that in spades. You know, one of the things they are bringing up right now is you can actually, if you desire to, you can actually ask them for more help. You can ask them for more, let's see, what are they calling this? Wands, tools. It's not tools per se, that feels too cumbersome. It's, they say the way you develop this is you ask, your source energy and your spirit team, what's next? Show me what's next.
Okay.
And then be with, right? Like you're carving out space and time to be with yourself. And that's what will get you the furthest, that, and then practicing and supporting other people, those two things. It's a balance, right?
How,
So
what would a good regular schedule on that be?
I'm
Is that too
going to ask you.
practical?
Okay. No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see what your guides have to say about that because everybody's different, right? So let's see. Aw. Okay. Your guides do have an answer for you specifically. They say in the evening time is where it just really helps you to kind of like come down and unwind and it helps you process and release the parts of the day that don't serve you anymore. Why did it pop out? Okay. Am I back?
Yeah,
Blake, we might have
you
Blake, we might
popped,
have to edit
your screen went dark for a minute.
that. Okay. So they're saying, but yeah, just they say, so always whenever you feel the inclination, do it always. And they're saying for you, if you are someone who enjoys routine, which
Mhm.
I am not of that cloth, keep me away from routine. But if you're someone who enjoys routine, then they say evening times for you. And I can also say this is an energetic trend. I think we're gonna all be in a kind of a boiling pot where we're gonna have to really create strong nighttime evening routines for ourselves. So
Okay.
yeah, and you're doing amazing. And they're saying, let your light shine. Just let it be. They say, don't hold back anymore. It doesn't mean you're pushing yourself on anyone. It doesn't mean you're going to offend anyone. They say, it's a presence. They're like, just be. They go, be that bright light. Spread those wings and fly and have fun. Have fun. Don't forget to have fun.
I love to have
That means,
fun.
oh, God. They're even saying too, with some of your close girlfriends, you could get together and do a meditation prayer together and just, see what comes up and talk about it. It's kind of, I mean, that sounds like fun to me.
Yeah,
So,
it's interesting. Yeah, I'd have to be so very careful because the community is, I don't know, they're not the charismatic Christians who feel into everything, you know. So,
yeah. Ask your spirit team for guidance
mm,
on how you can create for yourself a community that supports all of you
mhm,
in this way. Know it may take time.
mhm,
And there's no mistake that you are in the place that you're in right now.
mhm,
Very specifically, you're there for a reason. There
mhm.
are great people there, and there's a reason for it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today,
Thank
for bringing
you.
all the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciated all of your shares, and I can't wait to follow up with you whenever it makes sense. Feel free to reach out. And I'm just really excited for everything it is you're bringing forward in this world. Thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate it so much, Emily. It's just been a joy, a pleasure to
Yeah,
speak with you.
absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe a little bit of hydration as you moved a lot of energy today, which
Okay.
is so good. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Oh, that was so fun. And I really appreciate Erin and her authenticity and her vulnerability in the way that she showed up. So many gems she brought forward, and I'm excited. I'm excited for where this earth plane is headed. I know that there's a lot of stuff going on out there right now that can leave us feeling unsettled really consistently. And I really do believe there's amazing people here on earth, and we are all headed in a really good direction. If being on this podcast for a complimentary episode is something that you're interested in, you can go to the link in my podcast profile. My lord, words. And you can also book a one on one session with me if you want to do something private. That's also in the link in my profile. And I am holding an 8-week trust your intuition and have a daily energetic practice container. There's so much we're going to be doing in this container. I'm so excited. And community is going to be a really big part of it. That part I also cherish in my heart so, so much. As Erin mentioned, it's something she really looks for. I can tell you something I really look for. And it's important. We need it. We need each other to talk about all these really cool things. All right. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate us, and leave a review. It really helps other people who are looking for this kind of support be reached. And again, thank you always for bringing your light into this world. Until next time.